My first day, I walked up in the stairs when the gym was up in East Agania at that time. Walking up those stairs with my gi, my white belt, my very first day, and I'll never forget that day, and I'll never forget, I was so nervous. I almost didn't get out of my truck. Really, I almost didn't get out of my truck. That was the hardest day to me. That was the hardest day. I think that's why it stuck in my head throughout all these years, because it was nerve-wracking. I was so scared. I was so excited to do it. At the same time, I was so scared. And just walking up those stairs and getting on the mat was it was like a breath of fresh air, like a relief. Like, okay, I did the first day. Now I have the rest of my life to keep doing what I did that very first day I started to train.
There's no way I can pick one moment in particular, but I think just to see the white belts go to blue belts, to me, I think that's a very exciting phase in your jiu-jitsu career, whether you pursue it or not, because that's your first belt. And then after that, seeing the more seasoned guys getting promoted is actually a lot of fun too. So I cannot pinpoint one moment, but definitely I think promotions in general are always a good time for everybody.
Probably would have been in Japan. I mean, I was just coming from a real low point in my life, like I was really depressed, losing weight, and family life wasn't really that good, and to me, I trained hard for that tournament. I prepared a lot, and just from what the guys told me about how to handle my situation, I think it helped me in the tournament so much. And with that came my blue belt, and I guess that's the most pivotal moment in my jiu-jitsu career.
My most memorable moment would be seeing myself progress from when I first started to now, and seeing other people come in and join Purebred.
So far, my first trip to Japan with the team, I think that's when you really see the whole team coming together, the whole family. Get to know everybody, because you're with them pretty much the whole time you're there. So it's just traveling together, get that brotherhood, that family, really bonding. So the first trip to Japan was the one.
2007, going to Japan to compete in the All Japan tournament, training at Omiya Gym, and then competing in the tournament, just seeing the way the Japanese train, the way the Japanese compete, the amount of respect and honor they have for jiu-jitsu, and seeing my first black belt matches were really something special.
I had a very, very trying time when, as a blue belt, you had to go through a gauntlet basically, and it made me quit. I quit that day, and it made me find myself, and I came back the next day to train, and it made me learn a lot about myself, and the fact that I can fight through that adversity, and I can persevere through it and keep going. So just keep training hard, that's it.
Training for the 2009 Tokyo Open. Just the days leading up to the competition. I never trained so hard in my life for one day event where I did pretty well. We went to Japan and saw jiu-jitsu at its finest in this region. Saw a lot of black belt matches, some brown belt matches that were very influential in my jiu-jitsu game. And I took what I learned in Japan and I brought it back here and applied it to my jiu-jitsu game.
One of my very first classes, I was sitting right there under the rope. I didn't know anybody. I was nervous, especially coming into a gym where I only knew Steve and Terrence, and I got to walk in with my blue belt on. You know how that goes when you walk in any gym, with a blue belt on, and you didn't get that blue belt at that gym. So I'm stretching out. I haven't trained in 2 or 3 years. I don't know how I know Steve, but I don't know. I know Mike Fowler's here. I don't know. I've never met Mike Fowler. I don't know who he is, and I'm real nervous. And I don't. He's a world champion. So is he gonna come in like a like a real, strict guy, like line up, push-ups, like I don't know how he's gonna be. And sitting there with my back face here, and Mike hasn't come in yet. and then all of a sudden I hear like a Tarzan noise, like a ah, and this guy jumps on the rope, swings, and then freaking lands on my head, and that was welcome to Purebred, and it was Mike Fowler. So that's a real memorable experience for me.
I could probably say the day that Steve Roberto got his black belt. I mean, when I first started, black belt, even blue belt seemed like it was so far away. And to see a guy that I've been training with since day one achieve that black belt, I mean, ever since then, I mean, it made everything seem like there was an end of a road, you know what I mean? Instead of just, oh man, if we're ever gonna get promoted, or you know, where is this gonna take me? But I mean, with him getting his black belts, I know there was a chance for me, and hopefully everybody else underneath me sees that same goal.
Yeah, definitely opening up the academy, seeing it what it is, you know, get to the point that it is today, and achieving the black belt, and having everyone that was important to me in my life and my career help me get to that point, for sure. Those 2 points, for sure.